Hi guys, Trevor Swenson with Through the Darkness. My journey with PTSD and trauma and stressor-related disorder, in hopes to bring encouragement and information and a real-time view into somebody who has been diagnosed and is battling PTSD on a daily basis. Today I wanted to cover a topic that I have seen morph over a period of time, and I think that I have a good enough grip on it now to be able to share it with you, to explain what has happened to me, and maybe it has happened to you as well, and may bring a little bit of light to your particular situation. But that topic is control. When you take a look at trauma, and you get right to the very base of the trauma, it seems to me that there is always a sense of lack of control. And if you think of that as something as straightforward as an IED, or an enemy attack, or a horrific accident that you respond to, or parental abuse, or sexual abuse, or abuse on so many levels that ends up turning into trauma or PTSD, there is an enormous lack of control on the part of the person that is traumatized, myself included. And as I walk through PTSD, even prior to my diagnosis, I found myself yearning to just want to control myself and what was going on with me, even in very simple things. And the funny thing is that as I was talking to somebody about this, I had no need to control other people or to control situations. I just longed to be in control of myself. The ability to say yes or no, the ability to avoid or engage, the ability to take part or not take part. And it showed itself in very weird ways. And it showed itself in ways where I would be very, very unsettled and very, very unnerved if I wasn't able to make a call for myself and was being controlled by other people. And as all of this has morphed over the years to full-blown PTSD and my battle with it on a daily basis, I can look at things that happen in life, and that yearning to be in control of myself and my situation is an overwhelming and very powerful force that I need to reckon with. Now, when you think about traumatic control or lack of control that turns into trauma, there is also good control. There is also healthy control. There is also very, very good control. When you think of a cardiologist, for instance, you want a great cardiologist in control of your procedure that you're having done on your heart. If you're talking about flying, you want the best pilot in control of your flight that you happen to be on. If you are on the water, you want somebody that is in control, that really knows and can handle very well and very safely situations that might come up on the water. Good parenting, for instance, is a type of control that is not control. It is steering people. And I have found that controlling people is very, very unhealthy for me, but being in control with PTSD is very, very healing. I get to make the decisions for myself, for my thought process, for taking care of my body, for discussions I want to have or not have, places I want to be or don't want to be. And it's very, very empowering to develop a healthy sense of control. And I want to go back and I want you to think about the trauma that you have been through, that you have survived. If you are listening to this, remember you are a survivor. And I want you to think about an element of control, or more so, lack of control on your part. And I'm going to bet that there probably was an overwhelming sense of lack of control of the situation on your part, and that there was unhealthy control, whether it be, like I said, a roadside bomb that you had nothing to do with placing it there, nothing to do with it going off. You were just there and you were out of control of the situation, and it was unbelievably traumatic. The same goes for nonviolent trauma that develops as well, whether that be death or a tragedy or an accident that takes place, or parenting or a personal relationship, whatever it might be, a sense of lack of control. And so as I moved through my PTS journey, I found myself yearning, even to the most minute thing, to be in control. I like to be able to heal in a way where I feel good about saying yes, no, I will go, I will not go, I will respond, I will not respond. That is what is healing to me, because of, at the very root of trauma, is lack of control. And so I just wanted to validate you, if you are walking through PTSD or you are dealing with unresolved trauma, that you can spend some think time on it. And me trying to be as real time as possible, I have found myself wanting to talk about things that I am figuring out in my own journey, with the help of therapists and with the help of doctors and with the help of those people that are around me that are helping me. And I want to touch on what the Bible says about control as well. What are we to practice? It's one of the fruits of the Spirit. We're to practice self-control, not the control of others, self-control. One of the fruits of the Spirit, of which there is no law. Self-control. So what I am starting to enjoy and appreciate in my journey is being in control of myself and not others, and taking care of myself. So the last part I want to cover here is, what can you control that is healthy? What can I control that is healthy for my process of walking through PTSD? I can control my responses. I can control my yeses and my nos. I can control, I'm going to go there, I'm not going to go there. I can control myself. I can also control my body by either abusing it with drugs and alcohol and bad eating habits and not being active, or I can choose to take care of my body. That is within my control. And it's okay to say no to things that you are not comfortable with. And I think of something that just happened the other day with my daughter, who is becoming quite the swimmer. She's very young, she's 9. And in pushing her to go into deeper water and to test her skills where the water is deeper than she is tall, she needs to understand that there is a loving Father behind me telling her and challenging her to do that. A loving Father that, A, if things do go wrong, I am going to jump in and I am going to help her in spite of my own life and my own safety. Even though it's very uncomfortable for her, there is a safe and overwhelming, comforting sense of good control that is a protective type of control as well. Whereas trauma is not good control, is dysfunctional control, is sick control, is damaging control. And so as I figure out this control thing, I just wanted to share with you very quickly. And the reason I keep looking off to my right is I'm positive there's a bear moving through this thicket of choke cherries, which is a little bit unnerving. I just wanted to share with you the things that you can control and how being in control for myself has really helped me to heal. I can control my yeses in my nose. I can control my body. I can control my habits that I need to make more healthy on a daily basis because my mind and my body needs to heal. And I can also control my relationship with God. I can choose to make him a part of my every day, which I have done for years. From the darkest point when I thought it was over, when I no longer wanted to walk the walk, when I didn't have it in me, when I wanted to end my life, that day, even that day, I chose to please ask God. I asked him, please be part of this. Please help me. I'm crying out to you right now. And for quite some time, if anything good has come from PTSD, it has forced me closer to a relationship with God. What does God say about trauma? What does God say about suffering? What does God say about self-control? What does God say about loss? What does God say about controlling our emotions? And I challenge you to make that part of your journey as well. He will not let you down. He will not love you. He will love you. He does love you. He knows you no matter where you are in your walk with him. And he wants nothing but a full and abundant life for you. He is the great healer. So I just wanted to talk about control today. This is Trevor Swenson with PTSD Through the Darkness. Click subscribe, please. Please hit the notification bell. Forward this on to somebody who may be walking through unresolved trauma and struggling with why control is such a difficult topic to talk about. And it may be able to help them as it helped me try to figure it out on my own. Thank you for being with me. I'm glad I could be with you. See you next time.